Let us take a closer look at the concept of concentration of a solution. What do we mean by concentration? What do we mean when we say that the lemon juice is too sour or that the lemon juice is too bland? If we add a lot of lemon juice to a small amount of water, we say that the lemon juice is sour. Now, in that same amount of water, if we add very little lemon juice, the juice will be bland to taste. The lemon juice in this case is the solute, while the water is the solvent. When the amount of solute is higher in a solvent, it is known as a concentrated solution. When the amount of solute is relatively less in the solvent, it is known as a dilute solution. The terms concentrated and dilute are relative terms. They both depend on the amount of a solute and solvent in a solution relative to each other. For example, if we have two beakers, each containing 100 milliliters of water, and in the first beaker we put 20 milliliters of lemon juice, while in the second we put 50 milliliters of lemon juice, we say that the first solution is dilute as compared to the second one, or that the second one is more concentrated as compared to the first one. But how exactly do we define concentration of a solution? The amount of solute dissolved in a specific amount of solvent of a solution. If there is 20% solute in solution A and 40% solute in solution B, which solution is more concentrated? Solution B is more concentrated than solution A. This is because solution B has a greater percentage of solute dissolved than solution A. What would solution A be referred to as then? It would be referred to as a dilute solution relative to solution B. Now let us consider the concept of solubility. Let's take some water in a container and add a few spoons of salt to this water. After stirring it for some time, the salt will dissolve. Now, if we add some more spoons of salt, what do you think will happen? Will the salt dissolve? Yes. However, for the third time, when we add a few more spoons of salt, we'll notice that even after constant stirring, the salt does not dissolve in the water. This is because the solution is saturated, or rather, it has reached its saturation point. What do we mean by saturation point? It refers to the fact that the amount of solute that can be dissolved in a solvent is limited. It depends on the spaces between the particles of the solvent. When the spaces between the particles of a solvent fill up completely, the particles of solute have nowhere to go. Therefore, the solute particles cannot dissolve further in the solvent. This is what we mean by the term saturated. But what if the temperature is increased? Then the particles of the solvent will move further apart. This would create more space, allowing the particles of the solute to dissolve. So heating can help increase the solubility of a solute. What is the solubility of a solute? It's the ability of a solute to dissolve in a solvent. Now, if a solute can still dissolve in a solvent, the solution is known as unsaturated. But if the solute cannot dissolve anymore in a solvent, then it is known as a saturated solution.